The U.S. Navy has recently released a video of a Chinese warship that crossed in front of a U.S. destroyer very closely, and the U.S. described it as an unsafe interaction. The event took place in the Taiwan Strait. The United States Navy released the video on June 5, 2023, in which the Chinese warship crosses in front of a U.S. destroyer in the Taiwan Strait. The incident took place on June 3, 2023, when the USS Chung-Hoon and the HMCS Montreal were conducting a normal routine transit of the strait. The Chinese warship came within 150 yards, that's 137 meters, of the USS Chung-Hoon. In this video, Defense Updates reports on the near confrontation between U.S. and China warships in the Taiwan Strait. Let's get started. The Taiwan Strait has massive geopolitical significance since it serves as a dividing line between the People's Republic of China, PRC, and the self-governing democratic island of Taiwan. It also has great economic significance. The Taiwan Strait is considered one of the busiest shipping lanes in the region, with nearly 90% of Chinese, Japanese, and Korean trade toward Asia, the Middle East, and India passing through it. The route is significant as about $5 trillion in trade through shipping passes each year. The sea also has alleged 11 billion barrels of untapped oil and 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. In this context, it needs to be noted that China claims almost 90% of the South China Sea through its so-called 9-dash line map. It says that it has indisputable sovereignty over the sea. The U.S. Indo-Pacific Command Newsroom states, in accordance with international law, USS Chung-Hoon, DDG-93, and HMCS Montreal, FFH-336, conducted a routine south-to-north Taiwan Strait transit June 3rd through waters where high sea freedoms of navigation and overflight apply. During the transit, PLAN Luoyang 3 DDG-132, PRC LY-132, executed maneuvers in an unsafe manner in the vicinity of the Chung-Hoon. The PRC LY-132 overtook Chung-Hoon on their port side and crossed their bow at 150 yards. Chung-Hoon maintained course and slowed to 10 knots to avoid a collision. The U.S. Navy newsroom also said that the LY-132's closest point of approach was 150 yards, and its actions violated the maritime rules of the road of safe passage in international waters. China's Defense Minister, General Li Shangfu, accused the U.S. of a Cold War mentality and said that this was greatly increasing security risks. USS Chung-Hoon is an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer and is designed as a multi-mission destroyer capable of anti-aircraft warfare, anti-submarine warfare, and anti-surface warfare. HMCS Montreal is a Halifax-class frigate that's served in the Canadian Forces since 1993. Montreal is the 7th ship in her class, which is based on the Canadian Patrol Frigate project. The Type 052 destroyer, NATO OSD Luoyang 3 class destroyer, is a class of guided missile destroyer in the Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy. The Type 052D is a larger variant of the Type 052C. The Type 052D uses a canister type instead of a revolver type vertical launching system, VLS, and has flat-paneled active electronically scanned array, AESA, radar. The new VLS is not limited to surface-to-air missiles, making Type 052D China's first dedicated multi-role destroyer. The current incident arises amidst heightened tensions between the United States and China, as the two nations have been engaged in a trade war and have been at odds over the Taiwan issue. By releasing the video, the U.S. Navy intends to send a clear message to China that it will not tolerate aggressive behavior. In recent years, the U.S. Navy has regularly conducted freedom of navigation operations in the Taiwan Strait, deliberately challenging China's sovereignty claims over the region. This latest incident marks the latest in a series of close encounters between U.S. and Chinese warships in the Taiwan Strait. In a previous incident in December 2022, a Chinese warship came within 45 yards, that's 41 meters, of a U.S. destroyer. In conclusion, the increasing number of close encounters between U.S. and Chinese warships in the Taiwan Strait reflects the escalating tensions between the two countries. These incidents raise the risk of unintentional conflict and underscore the need for careful navigation and diplomatic efforts to prevent further escalation.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.